Now, taking children to school at an early age is becoming increasingly common in Kenya, with many parents enrolling their children as young as 3 years old. While this is not necessarily against recommended practice, experts warn that what matters most isn't just the age they go to school at, but the type of learning the children are exposed to. And today's Susan Waweru examines whether early childhood education is striking the right balance between play and formal learning.
In Ruiru, Kiambu County, Mercy Education Center. At just 3 years old, these learners are already in a classroom setting, some engaged in activities, others struggling to keep up. For many parents, early enrollment is seen as a way of preparing children for school life.
My boy joined here when he was around 3 years. The reason I decided to bring him here, I think he was too excited to be in school. He loved school.
A lot of the time is getting to familiarize themselves with the teachers and getting to acquire the knowledge about a school setup and stuff like that, so their mind starts getting to understand how a school is being run.
In Kenya's education structure, formal learning is expected to begin at 4 years, but across the country, many children join playgroup at the age of 3, although at this age, playgroup is okay. At this level, teachers say the focus is on helping children adapt, not academics.
At the beginning, we don't start teaching them. We just interact with them. You know how the baby is, or whether the baby is talking. He can be able to talk. He can be able to say, "Teacher, I want to go to the toilet." So at that time, we have to stay with them to learn how they are from home.
In playgroup we have 35, in PP1 we have 38, and in PP2 we have 40.
But even within playgroup, elements of structured learning are already emerging, including coloring, matching, and simple assessments. Teachers say the transition is not always smooth, with some children struggling to adjust.
Kuna wenye wanaanza kulala tu wenye tu wametoka nyumbani, hiyo tu that morning. Most of the times tunashindwa na kucontrol that noise ya watoto right now when they are in playgroup.
And as children move to the next level, another challenge emerges.
Most of them, they tend to have forgotten the previous classwork, because when they are brought in playgroup, they do not come, all of them, at the first term. There are those who come second term, others in that term. So when they transit to PP1, you find that you have to go back to playgroup work so that all of them can be in the same level.
But according to child psychologists, this may not be a failure in learning, but a reflection of how young minds develop.
If this child was supposed to be in a playgroup and just learn basic concepts and basic activities, then you force them to learn things that are beyond their ability. As they grow, this brain is living and it's alive. So as they grow and they get into the next age, it's when they will begin to accommodate what you need to teach them.
Experts emphasize that at 3 years, play, not pressure, is what supports development.
A child at 3 years who is playing is actually doing the right thing. So when you move them out of the play, then it means you are straining and stressing their abilities and their brain.
Long hours, early mornings, and academic demands could therefore work against the child's natural growth. Experts say that children at this age need up to 11 hours of sleep and can only concentrate between 8 to 9 minutes. The question, therefore, may not be whether children should start school at an early age, but whether the environment they enter is truly designed for their age. For many parents, early exposure remains a preferred choice, often driven by work schedules and the need for structured environment. But again, experts warn that taking a child too early is very critical.
When you find a child at the age of 16, because in the high school they are 16, 14. Now, when you find them with certain challenges with their, brain function and motivation towards school, and if you really walk down their background, you'll find that most of them are the ones who are sent to school at a very early age. So they are tired. By the time, you start pushing up the brain to be active at a very early age. And so you sort of like stretch the child too much.
As most children start school earlier in urban and peri-urban centers, in other parts of the country, the reality is the opposite. In West Pokot, some learners begin school at 5 years or miss school altogether, highlighting disparities in access to early childhood education.
Wengine wanaenda wakimchunga ng'ombe, wengine wanaenda Uganda, wanasafirishwa kwenda Uganda kuchunga ng'ombe. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha kwa sisi hapa chakula ndio shida. Ndio maana unaona watoto hawaendi shule, wengi sana hawaendi shule, haswa sehemu ya Baringo, sehemu ya Kajeliba kwenda huko mbele.
Susan Weru, NTV.